Hi everyone, my name is Gary. Welcome to Spiritual Essentials, the first season in my Practical Spirituality series, where I'm covering the indisputably helpful spiritual tools that you can start using today and either begin or enhance your spiritual practice. Today we're going to discuss the practice of integration. We're going to explore what it is and why it's so important. Let's start with why integrating your spiritual experiences or lessons is so important. And the reason is because proper integration is what separates you from learning actual useful things that you can apply to your life and just accumulating information that doesn't serve a useful practical purpose. For example, if you had a profound spiritual experience, it has a profound emotional impact on you, and you might feel temporarily like you are a changed person, like your circumstances perhaps have changed, your worldview, you're enthusiastic and excited, and it fades away. And also your habitual routine has a way of dragging you back into it and right back into your habitual patterns, to the point where you feel either exactly the same or pretty close to how you felt before you had the profound experience. And so it's almost as though it goes to waste. But if you are aware of proper integration techniques, then you can take full advantage of the spiritual lessons or experiences that you have. So now that we know why you need to integrate your experiences, let's talk about what integration actually is. Here's a simple definition. Integration is the practice of taking actionable steps in order to incorporate a spiritual experience or a lesson into your daily life. Let's say, for example, that you just came back from a week-long retreat during which you haven't used your phone, you've only spoken to like-minded spiritual individuals, you've spent many hours in meditation, you haven't been really exposed to your habitual environment. And then you come back home, and for the first day or two or even a week, everything is a little different. You might notice differences in the people around you, even the ordinary objects in your house, in your habitual environment, have a sort of a special glow to them. There's probably a change happening that is going to remain, but it's not going to be as profound as the first couple of days when you're fresh out of the experience, because it does have to be consciously integrated. For the sake of this video, I would like to divide the types of spiritual lessons and experiences into three general categories. The first category is learning and practice, and that includes spiritual lessons that you seek in an organized manner and that usually require a long-term commitment. In my personal experience, the biggest item in this category is self-help or spirituality books that include exercises. And so I have a tendency of being too curious and just reading the whole book and then just kind of skimming over the exercises or telling myself that I'll come back to them later, and then ending up not doing that. So this is the category where I'm lacking, where I want to make a better commitment. So things like doing exercises from a book you're reading or sticking to your positive habits fall under this category. The second category is epiphanies and insights, which is spontaneously occurring inspiration or revelations. And the items in this category range from pretty minor, like an inspirational quote that you liked while browsing social media, to bigger ones like watching a really nice soulful movie that leaves you with a positive impact and makes you think about deeper things in life. Two examples like having a temporary setback or a small failure which makes you reevaluate your approach to business or relationships and suggests a direction for adjustments. And the last and biggest category is transformation and reinvention. This category includes profound life changes and experiences, and sometimes they may be so profound that your entire worldview collapses and then you have to put it back together from scratch or from little pieces, and you end up with an entirely different idea of yourself and the world. This category includes things such as deep and profound spiritual or mystical experiences like Kundalini awakening or astral travel, adventures and travel and encounters with nature may be another good example that may serve as a strong catalyst for change and reevaluation. The last example in this category is loss and grief. Sometimes loss happens, and as long as you process your grief in a healthy way and then integrate the experience properly, you will end up with more compassion and maybe more gratitude for life, with more understanding of other people's pain. So now that we covered the types of situations where integration is recommended or necessary, let's talk about the actual methods of integration. We perceive the world through patterns, and so creating a new behavioral pattern is a really good way to integrate your experience. Reflect on your experience or lesson and try to identify the biggest takeaway from it. And once you do that, create a new habit based on that takeaway. For example, you might start a daily meditation practice or create daily affirmations based on what you've learned from the experience. And the best way to ensure that you consistently stick to the habit is starting small. So either just on the edge or right outside of your comfort zone. For example, if it's a meditation practice, then you may start with 5 minutes a day or whatever number doesn't feel intimidating, and then slowly raise it up as you go. Direct action means setting actionable goals that are directly connected to the lesson or the experience. For example, let's say you had a profound interaction that taught you about the importance of kindness. And so a direct action from that would be committing to performing a small act of kindness every day. Having a difficult conversation that you've been putting off can be a direct action that resulted from an experience that either gave you more confidence or clarity, or changing your diet, changing your job, or leaving your 9-to-5 job and starting a business based on your calling is another very common example of direct action. You can reflect more deeply on the insights by writing down about what you've learned, how it made you feel, and what actions or changes it inspires. Just remember to be creative and spontaneous and have fun. Or if you're journaling about a difficult experience and you're processing grief where fun wouldn't be appropriate, at least allow your thoughts and emotions to flow naturally. And if you haven't been doing so already, you may choose to start journaling daily or at least somewhat regularly, and then document the shifts in your day-to-day experience and any additional insights which might still need additional unpacking over time. And remember, your journal is not a school assignment, so there are no wrong answers. These are practices that involve movement and help you incorporate the experience directly into your nervous system and muscle memory. Studies have shown that writing notes by hand, as opposed to typing them on a computer, resulted in better understanding of the material and retention of the information. And that is at least partially because you engage the fine motor system in your hand, as well as the eye-hand connection, and create more neural pathways that are connected to the experience. But now imagine what you can do when you engage your whole body. For example, you can create a special dance based on the experience, or you can have a qigong or a yoga session. You can even do something as seemingly mundane as going to the gym or going out for a walk with the intention of integrating the experience. If you really pay attention, you will notice that our life is full of ritual and symbolic acts that don't serve a direct practical purpose. For example, greeting each other with a firm handshake, celebrating our birthdays with a cake, candles, and presents, or dressing a certain way depending on the social situation you're in. All those actions are designed to affect us on the subconscious level, to either set an expectation or a mood, or to send a message. With that in mind, designing a symbol or a ritual can be a powerful way to integrate your experience. For example, you can light a candle with a color or a scent that corresponds to your experience. You can say a prayer or an incantation. You can mix some herbs and prepare a special tea blend like I do sometimes. Or you can even go as far as building an altar. Art is a type of language that transcends words and speaks directly to your subconscious and superconscious mind. You can use this language to integrate your experience. For example, you can create a painting or a drawing that reflects your insight. Or you can even write a song if that's your inclination. After your project is complete, if it has a visual component like a painting or a drawing, you can put it somewhere where you can see it throughout the day to remind you of the experience and the emotional and spiritual impact it had on you. And if it is a song, for example, then you can also play it throughout the day, during, before, or after your meditation, during workout. I don't particularly recommend using it as a morning alarm, because from my own experience, even the best song that you really love will be ruined if you use it as your morning alarm. But that's just my personal experience, and maybe it's different for you, so if it is, please go ahead. Having a discussion about your experience with a like-minded community of trusted, open-hearted individuals may help you not only integrate the experience, but also amplify it. If you combine multiple computers or nodes into a blockchain, the cumulative compute power grows exponentially. And it's the same with minds that are resonating together and thinking and discussing the same idea. Knowledge is like water. It has to flow. And if it doesn't flow, then it might stagnate. So sharing your knowledge with others helps you not only propagate your idea, but also gain new insights. I invite you to try either one of the methods that you like the most, or a combination, and share your experience either in the comments below or on my Discord server, which I will link down in the description. If you would like to see more videos like this in the future, please like this video and subscribe and share it if you can. And if you want to support my work even further, please check out my Etsy store, which is linked in the description. And with that, thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you next time.